Hey there, welcome back guys. So today I'm going to be sharing some really great recipes that you can make in a casserole dish. Specifically a 9x13 is the perfect size. I have 4 really great recipes I'm about to share with you. I hope you enjoy them and add them to your next meal plan. First up, we're going to be making these meatless stuffed shells. So if you love meatless meals, this one is for you. I'm starting by preheating my oven to 350 and then getting a pot of water boiling on my stove. In a large bowl, I'm adding 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 egg, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella, a half cup of shredded parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 tablespoon of oregano, and a little less than a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. You could just do a few shakes of each. Go ahead and get that mixed up really well. Once that's well combined, go ahead and just set that aside for right now. Now that my pot of water is boiling, I'm going to add in my jumbo shells. I did add a little salt in here as well, and you're going to need to cook about 25 to 30 shells. You really need about 25, but you want to cook a couple extra in case they break apart. Over to my 9x13 casserole dish, I'm adding a small amount of pasta sauce to the bottom, and I'm just going to spread that around. Now once your noodles have cooled off enough where you can touch them, you'll just go ahead and add a nice big spoonful to each one of those and just add those to the bottom of your pan. After you've added all your noodles in there, go ahead and pour the remaining amount of pasta sauce over the top. Before you stick it in the oven, make sure you take your spoon and just kind of spread that sauce over the noodles. Make sure there is sauce over every part of the noodles so they don't get hard in the oven at all. Over the top, I'm adding about 1 cup to a half cup of shredded mozzarella cheese and then just sprinkling it with some dried parsley. I put this in the oven for about 20 minutes until the cheese was nicely melted and it was bubbling around the edges. Here is what my plate looked like in the end. I did just make some breadsticks to go along with this, but this is a really filling, really delicious meal. No meat included. So if you're trying to keep your budget a little lower, this one is really awesome and so full of flavor. Up next, we're making this enchilada ravioli bake, and let me just tell you, this meal was an experiment for me. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I really wanted to try it. So first of all, I went ahead and preheated my oven to 375. Then I got my 9x13 casserole dish out, and I sprayed it down with some nonstick spray and added a little bit of enchilada sauce down to the bottom. You only need to add a small amount, so don't go overboard here. Next, I'm taking a bag of beef ravioli and I'm going to go ahead and layer those on the bottom of my pan. Now I'm going to drizzle half of the remaining enchilada sauce over this layer of my raviolis. Go ahead and save the rest of it for a little later. I have 1 can of drained and rinsed black beans. I'm going to use half of those black beans now on this layer. Next, we're adding half a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. I did drain this. And then a big handful of shredded Mexican style cheese. This was about a half cup to 1 cup of cheese. And then we're just going to repeat those layers. I went ahead and covered this with a piece of foil, and then I put this in the oven to bake for about 40 minutes. Once I took it out of the oven, I did remove the foil. And just a little tip for you, if you spray your foil down with a little bit of nonstick spray, the cheese will not stick to the foil. And one of you actually recommended me doing that, and I thank you so much for that tip. After you remove the foil, go ahead and stick it back in the oven for an additional 10 minutes, and this will just make sure all the cheese has melted. Here is what my finished plate looked like. I just topped it with a little bit of sour cream and green onions, and I was so pleasantly surprised with this. I had no idea what I was going to do for this dish. I just kind of had an image in my head that I wanted to go with. The only thing is I would probably add a little bit more enchilada sauce next time. I know this dish doesn't look like much, but it is so comforting. One of me and my husband's favorite comfort foods. I'm starting by preheating my oven to 375 degrees. To my 9x13 casserole dish, I'm adding in 3 chicken breasts. Mine were a little bit frozen still, but that's alright. I just added some seasonings, a little bit of salt and pepper, nothing crazy. Those baked in the oven for about 20 minutes, just until my chicken was cooked all the way through. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take 2 forks and shred up my chicken right here in this casserole dish. The chicken will absorb all the juices that are now in this pan and really help moisturize the chicken a little bit more. Over to a pot on my stove, I'm adding in some butter, letting that melt down, and then I'm going to be adding in some water, and I'm just following the directions on the back of my stuffing box. I'm using 2 boxes of stovetop stuffing, and you'll just follow the directions on the back for the recommended water and butter amounts. I'm going to stir in the stuffing mix and just give that a few minutes to really soften up. Once my stuffing is ready, I just went ahead and dumped it straight on top of my shredded chicken. I'm very carefully going to get this all mixed together. To top this off, I'm adding 2 cups of shredded mild cheddar cheese, and then I'm going to stick this in the oven for about 10 minutes to make sure the cheese has melted. Here's what my finished bowl looked like. I know this doesn't look like much, but this is a major comfort food in our house. Somebody brought this for my mom when I was younger, after she had one of my little brothers, and oh my gosh, I've been in love with it ever since. It's just so comforting, so delicious. Definitely not healthy, but really delicious. Last but not least, we're making this sausage, potato, and pepper casserole. I started by preheating my oven to 400 degrees, and then I am chopping up 1 yellow onion into nice small pieces. I'm also going to be cubing up about 10 medium-sized red potatoes, and I did leave the skin on. You'll also need to chop up 1 red bell pepper, 1 yellow pepper, and 1 green pepper. Once all that is cut up, go ahead and add your potatoes and onions into a large bowl. I'm adding 1/3 cup of olive oil. I know it seems like a lot, but just go with it. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1½ tablespoons of garlic powder. 1½ tablespoons of rosemary. 1 tablespoon of paprika. 1 teaspoon of pepper, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Don't be afraid to adjust the salt and pepper to your liking. Once I got that all mixed together really well, I went ahead and transferred it over to my 9x13 casserole dish. I did go ahead and spray this down with a little bit of nonstick spray just to be safe. And I recently saw a video, probably on TikTok, I honestly can't remember, and it said that if you were trying to bake potatoes in a casserole dish, to kind of make a little well in the center. I tried it, and to be honest, guys, I don't think it really made much of a difference. But I went ahead and added some foil over the top of this, and then I put this in the oven for about 20 minutes to start. Now that I have more room on my cutting board, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my turkey sausage. You can use any type of sausage or kielbasa that you would like to. I just prefer to use the turkey. I went ahead and sliced these long ways, and now I'm just going to cut them into these nice small pieces. After 20 minutes, I did take my potatoes out of the oven and give them a stir. They were not as tender as I wanted them to be, so I went ahead and just added them back into the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes. After the second round in the oven, I pulled my potatoes out and I just poked them with a fork to see if they were any more tender. They were, so now I'm going to go ahead and add in my peppers and sausage. I just mixed them together really well, making sure everything was evenly spread throughout the potatoes. And then this went in the oven again for about 15 minutes just to get the peppers soft and the sausage warmed through. As expected with potatoes, this dish does go in and out of the oven several times, but it really does turn out good in the end. This last time we're taking it out of the oven here, we're going to go ahead and give it a good stir to make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. And then we're going to top it off with some cheese. You can use whatever cheese you would like to. I've used pepper jack on top before. I've used mild cheddar on top before. This time I'm actually going to be using some Colby Jack just because that's what I had in my fridge. I did stick this back in my oven one more time, but I only left it in here for 2 or 3 minutes, just enough to melt down that cheese. Here is what my finished bowl looked like. Like I said, this is a lot of in and out of the oven, a lot of chopping for this recipe with all the potatoes and the veggies, but this is really good and it's very filling. If you wanted to, you can actually make this into a breakfast hash by adding eggs on top and changing up the spices. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed and found something that you might like to try. If you're new around here, I hope you'll subscribe and stick around, and I will see you guys back here on Sunday.